So in the recipe for the good life, I talk about the 2 decisions that you'll make in your life that are most likely to either impart great happiness or great misery on you. Number 1, choosing the right spouse. Number 2, choosing the right job or profession, because most of your waking time is going to be spent either with your family or at your job. And if either or both of those impart you great happiness, you're well on your way to living a happy life.
Yeah.
And so in your case, you've ticked off the job. I mean, you probably lived the most desired life in terms of a pursuit that most people desire to be in your, right? Because you're completely free. You're not bound to anyone. You do exactly what you want when you want, right? So what would be, if it came to choosing the right spouse? You've been married for a long time, so that...
Have you met my wife before?
I've never met her.
Oh, she's here. She'll be here in a little bit.
Oh, that'd be great.
She'll be here.
Right.
Because we have a gym next door.
So what would be the things that you would advise people? I want to see if it jives with some of the things that I say in the book, the things that, you should look for the optimal mate. Of course, there is no guaranteed recipe, but do you have some life lessons as to how someone should choose their optimal wife or husband?
You have to be someone who a good person would want to be with.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that want this amazing spouse. They want an amazing husband. They want an amazing wife, but they're not amazing.
Right.
Like, who the fuck are you to get that person? Like,
Yeah.
you have to be, I don't mean worthy as in a human being. I mean worthy in your behavior, your tenacity, your discipline, your passion.
Yeah.
You have to be fun to be around. You have to be a giver. You have to be someone who enjoys being around you.
Right.
So like when you're on a date with that person, when you first meet them, they like you. They have fun. You like them.
Yeah.
It's mutually beneficial. Like everybody wants to be desired, but nobody wants to be compatible.
Right.
Nobody wants to be generous. Those are not things that people aspire to. People don't aspire to being cordial. They don't aspire to being warm and friendly and loving and humorous. But that's what people like.
Right.
Everybody wants to be the baller at the club with the champagne, the big gold chains, but that's just fucking bullshit. That's what you see from the outside.
Right.
You want to be the person who's on stage where everybody cheers when they see your face. That's on the outside. What you want to be is someone who people like, genuinely.
Yeah.
Like as a person, not the image of you, but who you fucking really are.
Right.
They have to know you. So if you don't know yourself, and if you're not honest with yourself in terms of like your discipline, your work ethic, the way you treat your friends, the way you treat strangers, the way you are, your personality. Yeah. If you're not working on that, you're never going to attract a valuable mate.
Right.
You're never going to attract someone who's desirable, someone who you want to be around. Why would they want to be around with you? There's people out there that are working harder than you. There's people out there that are nicer than you. There's people out there that are more friendly than you. That's attractive. If a woman's on a date with a man and the man's rude to the waitress.
I was going to say exactly that as a test.
Oh, my God. Or the man talks badly about his ex-girlfriend or his ex-wife. Yeah. She's going to go, what are you going to say about me?
Yeah.
What are you going to, you're not even treating me nice.
I agree with everything that you said. One time, I told you I always go for long walks with my wife to get to the cafe in the morning. And so one day we were stopped by one of my daughter's friend's father who came up to us. He's a photographer, and he said, we stopped by to say hello. And he said, do you mind if I ask you a question, Gad? I said, sure. He goes, how do you do it? I said, do what? What are you asking? He goes, every single day I see you walking on this thing, you're arm in arm with your wife, and you're kind of lost in conversation. You're both very serene and happy. I said, well, I don't have a recipe. I really just enjoy her company. She's my best friend. It sounds cliche-ish, but that's really what it is. I'd rather be with my wife more than anyone else on most days that I exist. Now, I don't know if there's a recipe to find that person, but if you do find that person, hang on tight. So that's one.
Well, you have to know who you are.
Very true.
If you don't know who you are, you won't know who they are. And if you're full of shit.
And by the way, the ancient Greeks already beat you to that. Know thyself, right?
Yes. Yes.
So the stuff you're saying, they already said it.
Yeah, they knew it.
To our point.
Yeah.
The second thing, if I'm going to get more scientific, it turns out that for long-term marital success, there are two competing maxims: birds of a feather flock together, or opposites attract. Opposites attract is great for short-term mating, right? I tend to be, extroverted. You are introverted. Maybe that complements each other for a little sexual dalliance behind the bushes. But on the other hand, for long-term marital success, you want assortative mating, a birds of a feather flock together, on which traits? On shared values.
Right. Right.
So if you don't have that in common, the stats of you likely divorcing shoots through the roof.
Like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Bingo.
Johnny's